All right, all my little YouTube motherfuck faces. You're watching Validation Boy live stream. December 26th, 2019. This is the last live stream of the decade for Validation Boy. That's right. Let me make a couple minor adjustments here. Hopefully you guys can all hear me, right? All right. Let's do this. As some of you know, I used to partake in a show called The Gray Area over on Jed Skeptic Media's channel. Okay. And apparently, Jed's upset with me. I guess I flamed out on his last episode, pissed everybody off. I was just being Validation Boy, though. You know how it goes. Here's the thing. Yeah, I may have been over the top, but when it all boils down, when you boil it all down, it seems to me that Jed just wanted me to be his dancing monkey all along. The show was fantastic when it was just me and him, or just me and him and Vlad, because everybody was cordial and everyone knew how to take their turns. Nobody was talking over top of each other. It was good times. But once you started adding in a bunch of dumbass guests, especially like Cakes, you know, D and Cakes just thought it was their show after a while, and they just started showing up every week or every fortnight. And, you know, it got to be a chore with her there. D was great, but it got to be a fucking chore with Cakes there because it was nothing but a distraction. No good conversation could really go down because she was just an obnoxious female that just had to get her attention. You know, she had to get hers, and it took away from the show. The show was meant to be more of a philosophical, you know, haven. For intellectually enlightened men to come on the air and discuss things. Yeah, I guess female guests are okay, but I've had female guests myself on my own show. But after a while, it just became a chore with her there, you know. And he complained that and I'm only saying this because it seems like Jed only understands drama. It's unfortunate. I love Jed. I got nothing against him, but he only understands drama. He's a fighter. He's naturally a fighter, and he loves to watch fighting, and he loves to fight. And he's, you know, he boxes, or he used to box. He's a tough guy, and I love him. But all he understands is drama, you know. And he says that the straw that broke the camel's back was the fact that I had ripped bongs on his show. And here's the thing. I told you this in private, Jed, and I'll say it public too. You know damn well I was never trying to get your stream taken down, okay? And as far as Google is concerned, that was tobacco, okay? So basically someone got in his ear after the fact and gave him that idea. Because at the time, if he was really offended, he could have just said something right then. Schlominger says, yeah, BB, true that. Plus the level of alcohol consumption degenerated the panel. Exactly. And then there was a time that Jed just straight up abandoned me on there. And then there was another time where Jed just let someone get in that chat and do a whole bunch of really fucking dumb shit that no friend would allow their co-panelists to have to endure. And he just let it slide, let it fly. And I didn't think of it as much of a big deal at the time, but once he snapped on me and got all upset, you know, it's kind of like, hey, well, you know, look at what the things you did, you know. But I don't want any drama with Jed. I don't want any beef with Jed. I got nothing but respect for the guy. The gray area has ended. He can go on and do shows with other, you know, boring panelists if he wants. He's never going to have it as good as he had it with VB on there. We all know that. But, you know, originally when he had introduced me to D and Cakes, He wanted me to show up on their show, I guess their inaugural show, and attack them and be VB, and bring it hard on them. But I'm not his dancing little monkey, so I didn't do what he wanted me to do. And I don't know. I guess he doesn't really like VB all that much. He doesn't really like me all that much. Deep down inside, I don't think he likes me. I don't think he ever did that much. But Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, Jed. Nothing but respect for you, bro. I appreciate the time I had on your show. And if anything, I'd just like to part ways peacefully. But, he had cakes on there. What a waste of fucking time. That girl's so clueless. She doesn't know anything about anything, okay? It's just not fun for advanced listeners that are the kind of people that are listening to Jed Skeptic Media and Validation Boy, okay? It's just not fun to have to endure someone so stupid, okay? And so boring and so one-dimensional as a constant guest who constantly talks over everyone and makes it all about herself. It's just not that entertaining. It's definitely one of the hardest things to participate in as a co-panelist. I'll tell you that. But he let people run around doing dumb shit, didn't do anything about it. Whatever. It's like he was trying to aggravate me and agitate me all along. But I'm not going to be his little monkey. So, we don't have the first 5 in the live yet, but we will soon. Okay, let me tell you about female-owned group preference. Female-owned group preference, okay? Okay, I was at my fucking job. We got 4 in there, okay. And it's the day after Christmas. And the server out front, very, very, very overweight black lady. Usually pretty nice, but, full-grown adult, but a fucking child at heart, okay? And here's something that I learned from Donovan Sharp on MGTOW channel. The thing is, when women... Vic Noid 1, did he say female-owned group preference? What's that? I'll get to it in a minute. First off, let's set the stage. Women, once they realize that men want to have sex with them, they're done. They stop growing mentally and emotionally. That's it. So around age 13, 14, 15, 16, once they realize that men want to have sex with them, mission accomplished. And they just stop developing mentally. That's why you have women in their 30s and their 40s who act like fucking 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, okay? Because that's what age kids start having sex now, is 12, 13, 14, shit like that, amongst each other. And so they're done. And so that's why you have idiotic women running around, not knowing how to drive cars, not knowing how to have accountability, not knowing how to do jack shit for themselves, because they're done. They don't have to do anything else. Now they can just manipulate men using their vagina. So they stop growing mentally. And it's the truth. And then usually later on, once that they hit that wall, that perpetual wall, not perpetual, but that whatever that word is. Once they hit the fucking wall, then they start learning again. That's why older women, much, much older women, are a little bit easier to get along with once they're no longer sexually available on the market. Okay. To anyone that matters, at least. Okay. Dang, is it that young? Yeah, I mean, like, when I was a little shit, I'm 41. When I was a little shit, girls were already doing things at 13. But anyways, I'm sure it's only gotten worse since then. Anyways, so there's female-owned group preference. And the thing is that my boss is also an extremely obese female, okay? And she just happens to be white, and she happens to be extremely left-leaning. So a conservative, tall, assertive, white man with confidence who has accountability and knows what the fuck is going on in life is Public enemy number one to her. She's an SJW. She won't admit it at work, but I can see it. I can see it in her eyes. And there's one time she was talking about how stupid Trump is and all this shit. And yeah, Trump is stupid, but it's just obvious to me that you're left leaning. And it's because, she's heavy set and men don't like her. So she's angry at the world. So she uses her weight as an excuse to just be a bitter fucking cunt, And so there's only 3 people working in the entire restaurant. My boss, me, and the fucking piece of shit server out front who's being a fucking baby. Okay. Doesn't want to fucking do her shit. Okay. Making life extra fucking hard for me, even though she's literally just standing there staring at a fucking wall while I'm flying around in circles, working circles around everybody. Okay. Handling man business and shit. Okay. And so I come back from a run and I tell my boss, hey, is there any way we could let her know up front, that, I have to not only do this for her and then bring it back to her. No. Is there any way she could just do her basic job and just, set the stuff up to make it easier for me? Because she's literally not doing anything. She's literally staring at a fucking wall. Okay. And boss lady just snaps back at me. No, she's not feeling good. Oh, okay. Well, she's feeling good enough to come to work and stand there and hand out people's stuff and get all the tips. Right? So if she doesn't feel that good, maybe she shouldn't be here today. No, she has a doctor's note. A fucking doctor's note? Okay. So basically, my boss likes to virtue signal. And she likes to stand up for women. She likes to stand up for black people and all that stuff. And me being the normal, I'm nice to her. I'm nice to everybody there. But me being the normal conservative white guy who's assertive and intelligent, she can't fucking stand me. So she basically gave me the, fuck you, you're basically fucked and you're just going to have to work 3 times as hard because I want to virtue signal and let her have an easy day because female own group preference. Okay. So in your life, you guys got to be aware of these things and you got to watch out for them and you got to not take any fucking shit from people like that. And you got to pester them and badger them. And you know what you do? You could be very passive aggressive about it if you want to, because that's the only thing these piece of shit women fucking understand a lot of the times. Okay. And I'm not saying all women are pieces of shit, but I'm saying most of them fucking are. And they know it. They all fucking know it. They stop developing mentally at age 14. Okay. And they just fucking play favorites. And they're heavily fucking biased and they're angry at the world and they're angry at men and they're bitter and they want all this equal treatment, but they don't want to do the equal work. They don't want to have any fucking accountability. And that's why you got to be passive aggressive and let these fuckers know what's up. You got to play their own stupid game with them because that's the only fucking way that they understand things anyways. So let's do the first 5 in the live as per tradition. In at number 1, YouTube. Great to have you. In at number 2, the legend, the staple of Validation Boy Livestream. Probably more appearances than anybody else in history of Validation Boy Livestream. It is Schlumminger. In at number 3, someone named Trusty Shellback. I'm down. Who says Jed has ugly girls acting hot, sort of annoying. Yeah, he really does. In at number 4, yet simultaneously in first, it is Twitwit. Great to have you, young lady. And in at number 5, a new participant, Vicnoid. Great to have you. And also, Cigar Face has joined us. Fuck yeah. And Sandra Kennedy has joined us. Fuck yeah. I love you guys. All right. Twitwit just gave a little curtsy for y'all because somehow, despite my hatred for the gynocracy, Twitwit somehow pulls it out and fucking lands first. She lands first. Wow. Okay. So my boss's boss is also a virtue signaling, extremely, excessively obese monster with no accountability, who has no business being in any position of fucking leadership. Okay. And all she does is come around and change shit and make life 10 times harder for the employees. She doesn't fix things so that they're more sanitary or more up to code or more efficient. She does the exact opposite of that and then just flexes her power so that she can feel important. Thing is, at the back of our restaurant, the freezer that holds all the food is broken because of all the piece of shit employees that they've hired and have quit on them by the dozens since I've worked there for a couple years now. One of them got frustrated one day because they're incompetent fucktards, and they decided to kick the shit out of the door. So the door bent. So now the door is broken. So the door doesn't close all the way. So the freezer is all fucked up. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? You want to say this and that, it's not up to code? Is that wide open freezer that can't be shut with all of our fucking food in that we sell to all the customers that's been busted open for 7 fucking months? Is that up to code? Is that the kind of leadership I'm supposed to fucking respect? Is that the kind of leadership you want to fucking show? See, women have no business in a position of leadership unless they really know what the fuck they're doing, and most don't. Okay? So that's what I got to deal with in my day-to-day life. So that's where a lot of my frustrations come from with these fucking joke women. Okay? Now, aside from that, okay, so I was in traffic. And you got to watch out for this shit too, guys. I'm a professional fucking driver. I've been driving for many, many, many years as a professional without any kind of accidents or anything, okay? And I came to this T, and I was trying to turn right. Now, once you take this right turn onto Orange Avenue from Virginia, okay? Virginia Drive. There's this little sort of a turning lane. It's not really official, but there's definitely enough space for a couple of cars to kind of sit there and wait for the cars that are going in front to pass by. Okay. So some dumbass fucking woman in her brand new fucking Mercedes fucking SUV or whatever the fuck it was is in front of me. She turns right. I see her go 20, 30 feet off in the distance in my peripheral. I check to make sure. I turn back this way to see the oncoming cars to wait my turn, and I casually let my foot off the brake, only to bump. And it's like, what the fuck? What is this? I look. It's that same bitch who had already gone, got extra fucking apprehensive, and while I was looking in the other direction, managed to reverse her car all the way back to right the fuck in front of me where I was going to turn. So as I'm turning my head and letting my foot off the gas pedal, she's right there. And it's like, you stupid fucking cunt, okay? Reminder, when you people are driving out there, you're not only responsible for the cars in front of you, but the cars on the left and right of you and the cars behind you. Don't do stupid shit like that, okay? Especially in busy fucking traffic. We had to wait for the fucking police to come. The police took an hour and a half. A female fucking cop showed up. And I was like, oh, great. I'm just fucked now, you know? Female cop knew better. Understood that the woman is a dumb woman, okay? And decided to not write any tickets. Thank goodness. And then that woman, you know, I told her, I was like, you know, what you did was pretty fucking idiotic. And she knew better, so she never even made a claim. Good. That's a positive. But, you know, the fucking fuckery of it, dude. So all y'all women, when you're out there driving, keep in mind, you got to pay attention to the people behind you also. If you do something, you need to stay there, okay? Don't be backing up on people like a fucking moron, all right? All right. Now, I made 3 videos recently. One about Asperger's. That was inspired by someone I know personally. It's a fucking joke of a person. Okay. I got to see him every day. And then I made another one about fibromyalgia and how it's probably a fucking fib. And yeah, I referenced this redheaded orphan in the video. You know, I'll just say that. I'm not going to say the person's real name, but y'all might know who I'm talking about when I talk about a redheaded orphan. Okay. But since I'm not saying the person's real name, they can't say jack shit. And I'm technically not bullying them or anything else because it's just a wild guess, and I'm using a code word. So the red fucking headed orphan got mentioned in my fibromyalgia video, okay? And OJ McBaggins has joined us. Yeah, cigar face, Sandra Kennedy. All right. Ass boogers, as me and my woman like to say, ass boogers. Yeah, she got mentioned. And then I made a video about female obesity. And how only 2% of obese women actually suffer from hypothyroidism. So 98% of obese women who claim that it's their thyroid that's messing them up are straight up lying to your fucking face. And they're really just overweight, lazy bitches. Okay? and liars, which makes them completely fucking evil. Okay. Now, someone on Hans Wormhat's channel, a guest he had, basically said, yeah, fat people are fucking evil, you know? And I knew it was the truth because in my life, I've experienced nothing but that exact fucking truth personally, okay? Excessively overweight people are always angry, they're always bitter, and they're always fucking evil, okay? They are evil, okay? It's true. There's no real way around it. And if any of you out there know anyone who's excessively obese like that, you know that they're an evil piece of shit, okay? I'm sorry to say it, but it's fucking true, okay? But I guess, you know, I guess somehow this redheaded orphan out here, somewhere in the YouTube truth community, not only claims to have ass boogers, okay, but also claims to have fibromyalgia and also claims to have thyroid issues for her weight, right? But what are the fucking odds, man? All three of the diseases that oh so fucking conveniently allow the user to be a complete cop-out in life, all right? And this redheaded fucking orphan just happens to have all three. Oh, what a fucking mishap she is, right? Yet somehow she's a registered fucking genius, right? So all this fucked up shit with her body, yet her brain is so allegedly so super fucking powerful. Yeah, right, bitch. I'm fucking calling you the fuck out. And we don't need to be fucking sucking up to people like that in this scene. We don't need people like that fucking tossing about in this fucking scene. Bunch of fucking bullshit, dude. You know? No brain defects, right? Okay. She's not here for the fucking truth. She's not about the fucking truth. She's out here for male validation, okay? And recently, she had this other guy, this Australian guy, Sir Le Bon, okay, on her fucking show. And, you know, he's now sticking up for her. She's got him white knighting for her. I'm just like, wow. I thought you were better than that, bro. But anyways, let's move on. Okay. Faith J Goldy. Faith J Goldy. It's a love-hate thing that I have for Faith J Goldy. I know she watches me. I know for a fact. I have known for a while. And now I know even more so. Because if you guys go and watch her latest video called Signed the Disenfranchised, okay, you are watching a video created in the format of Validation Boy. And I even left a comment on her channel. I said, damn, I feel like I'm watching a Validation Boy video. Great job, Faith. God's blessings to you. I can't hate on her. She's pretty awesome. Okay. She did used to stick up for the fucking aliens. Okay. Quite a bit. But she's completely abandoned that as far as I know, which is fucking awesome. That's nothing but a huge fucking plus in my book. She's abandoned that. And so go watch her video. I'll link it below. After the fact, I'll link it below and you'll see, wow, Faith J Goldy loves Validation Boy because she made an entire video in the style specifically of Validation Boy. And my influence is heavy on her. I have a lot of mental power over Faith J Goldy. I don't know what it is. And maybe she just respects me. Maybe she understands the fact that I'm an advanced fucking mind with a big vocabulary and I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that Faith J Goldy basically looks up to Validation Boy, even though she's in a position where she would never have to. But that's cool. Okay. And also important shout out that I want to give to an excellent female YouTuber out there. Okay. She keeps things simple, but in its simplicity, it is simply beautiful. The work that she does. Okay. She's Romanian, but also speaks English, and she speaks English pretty well. And everything she says on her channel is very much the truth. And I promised her I'd give her a huge shout out. I met her, didn't meet her, but I came across her in one of Dan Pratt's videos in the comment section. And I said, hey, check out my stuff. She came over my channel and was like, this is great. And I really appreciate it. And her name is Winston's Julia, like Winston from 1984, you know, Winston apostrophe S, Winston's Julia. Julia is the girlfriend of Winston in 1984. So Winston's Julia. She's from Romania. Giving her a huge, huge shout out. I'm going to link her channel below. I'm going to link one of my favorite videos by her also. Just wanted to throw that in there before I forgot. Everybody needs to go check that out. Okay? If more females could be like Faith Goldy and Winston's Julia and free to speak, we'd be on the right track. We'd be getting a lot more shit done. Okay? YouTube says Romanian women are usually thin. I don't know if it's, genetics or if it's just culture. Probably more culture and diet, but yeah. Okay. Now, John LeBon. John LeBon. The long, drawn-out history between Validation Boy and John LeBon. Wow. Nothing but respect, okay? But recently, he's hooked up with IPS. Danger. What is it? Stranger danger, right? Is that how it goes? Okay. Now, I told him, I said, just be careful. I left a comment, just be careful. And he went off on me, blah, blah, blah. Started sticking up for the redheaded orphan and all this shit. And then all of a sudden, Mac Hannon, one of my most excellent fucking viewers, okay, who leaves excellent comments and is right there with VB, Mac Hannon, from somewhere in the UK, I believe. Possibly Australia. I'm pretty sure he's from somewhere in the UK. I think he might even be Scottish. But he stuck up for me in that comment and he said, so, John LeBon, you're going to sit there and tell everyone that IPS is great and tell everyone that Validation Boy needs to go check himself? Something's very fucking wrong here. Yeah, and I agreed. There's something very fucking wrong with that, okay? Now, I'm not going to say IPS is this, that, or the other. I'm not going to call him out for any specific thing. I just know that everybody out here knows that IPS has a fucked up history and has screwed over pretty much every single fucking person that he's ever interacted with on YouTube. He has stabbed them in the back or tried to hack into their account or tried to, dox them or tried to screw them out of money or tried to get lawsuits against them or something, And I gave up my beef against IPS a long time ago. I got nothing against him now. I just was trying to warn John, just be careful. I know the guy has a history. And so he trashes me, And then so Mac Hannon stuck up for me. So big, huge shout out to my boy, Mac Hannon. My man, Mac Hannon. Okay. Big ups, Mac. All right. Thing is, okay. John LeBon wants to ignore my Star Wars video. Okay. Now, I grew up watching Star Wars. I'm not really hugely into it, but I've seen them all. And I've always thought about, I've always deeply thought about what does it really mean? So I made that badass video. A lot of things came together for me, knowing all the things I know now, the red pill knowledge that I have now. A lot of things came together for me. And I was watching a bunch of, Jedi and Sith lore videos on YouTube, just out of boredom, just when I go to sleep and stuff like that. And I started listening to all the information and I started filling in all these blanks in my mind. And I figured out that the fact that the Sith represent female sexuality. It's pretty fucking mind-blowing shit. And it's completely original thought that I have. I've never heard anybody else say anything like that. And in my video, I went into extensive fucking detail. I think it's like a 12-minute video. And I list off a shitload of fucking amazing, mind-blowing fucking facts. Okay. And what inspired me to do that was John LeBon and his analysis of the Matrix. Now, his analysis of the Matrix is really rather shallow. He only scratches the surface. And, and I thought to myself, well, that could be done better, but I don't care that much about the Matrix. And lately I've been watching stuff about Star Wars, So I'm going to do Star Wars. Okay. And I told John LeBon, check out my Star Wars vid, bro, because I know that on his website, okay, on johnlebon.com, he and his little Patreon buddies sit around and analyze things and talk about movies and shit. And I did it. I did that Star Wars video so that him and his little buddies could sit there and have their fucking minds blown on the next level shit that I present and have something amazing to talk about. It was a gift to John LeBon, and he wants to sit here and fucking ignore it. And that's because he's fucking jealous. He's jealous that he doesn't come up with the badass kind of shit that original content creators like Validation Boy, Dave Johnson, Daniel Pratt reshaping our world, Mindfulness, Aaron Dover, these kind of content creators that are 100% original come up with, okay? And when we're not being original, we give proper fucking credit to where we got the ideas because we have honor, okay? We have honor. Other people out there don't. Specifically, one individual named Hans Wormhat. Okay, but first, before I get into that, I want to talk about something that Dan Pratt recently came out with. I think it was today. He came out with or 2 days ago. He came out with a response to Sean Hawkins. They've been going back and forth because Sean Hawkins has some kind of fucking obsession with Dan Pratt, some kind of creepy ass obsession with Dan Pratt and Dan Pratt's children and shit. Creeper, bro, you know? And basically, Sean Hawkins proved Dan's point. And it reminded me of a video I was going to make, but I wasn't sure how Mindfulness would have felt about it. But Mindfulness came out with a video about 2 weeks ago, which I will also link below, demonstrating a brilliant point, okay? Mindfulness showed in the same camera shot how there's a factory and how there's steam coming out of the factory and the steam is stagnantly rising up. Not stagnantly, it's stationary. It's rising up, staying in one place. And then right in front of it, a train goes by and the train has steam coming out, but the train steam is trailing behind because of the motion. And he was suggesting that the earth is not spinning and that proves it. Now, any globe priest, of course, is going to rebut that and say, no, they're both inside of an environment. One is sitting still within the confines of this environment, which is why the smoke is rising. The other one is in motion, which is why the steam is trailing behind that one. But they're both inside of a fixed system. And I thought to myself, well, okay, all that does when you say that, you globe priests, is prove the fact that we're inside an enclosed fucking system, okay? It doesn't necessarily prove that the earth's not moving. It doesn't necessarily prove that the earth is flat, but it does prove the fact that we are inside an enclosed system. So there is no gradient, pressure, particle, fucking edge of space, okay? And I was going to make a video on that, but Dan Pratt kind of beat me to the punch when he was referencing Sean Stalkins, okay? I may still yet come out with a video concerning that, but I think I've demonstrated my point rather clear. Michael Jones has joined us. Danger Man 5 has joined us. And once again, no beef with IPS, no beef with Jed, no beef with John LeBon. I just don't want it, okay? I'm just putting it out there. These things need to be said, okay? Because I'm honest. Okay, now let's get to fucking Hans Wormhat, all right? Now, Hans Wormhat, so many of his ideas have been taken from Dave Johnson, have been taken from Aaron Dover, specifically volcanoes being a hoax and hot springs being a hoax taken from Aaron Dover. So many of his ideas have come directly from Validation Boy, okay? He even uses the same vocabulary words when he says stuff about the things I've been talking about. Now, keep in mind, sometimes I say the same thing that other people say, but we're both thinking original thoughts, okay? But the thing is, stuff I come up with, I won't put it out there unless it's totally fucking mind-blowing, okay? And Hans hates to fucking give credit to people. He dreads giving credit to other people. He wants to sit around and pretend that he's the one that thinks this shit up. The only original thing I've ever heard Hans Wormhat say, okay, and I'm pretty doubtful that it's even true, is the idea that koala bears, well, maybe koalas, but zebras are fake. Zebras are just horses that they've painted. Okay, that's the only original thing I've ever heard Hans say that no one else has said before him. All his stuff about Native American being a hoax and all that, that's all old Dave Johnson stuff from years ago. Okay, all his stuff about hot springs and volcanoes, that's Aaron Dover. All his stuff about the edge of space that he recently came out with, all his stuff about physics and all this shit, that's all Validation Boy. Okay, and Hans Wormhat, okay, he's not about the fucking he's not about spreading the word, because then when I call him out for it, what does he say? He says, oh, nobody owns the truth, you fucking free Martin and shit, or whatever the fuck, which he also got from Mr. E and other fucking transvestigators and shit like that, so nothing of Hans's is original, really. But I still like him, I still liked him. I still giving him a chance, but I call him out like, hey, it looks like someone's been watching Validation Boy videos, and he just immediately fucking goes off on me. Because and it's like, why are you so fucking upset, Hans, unless you're guilty? Why are you so fucking upset? Why can't you just give credit, okay? And of course he says, oh, you don't own the truth. Oh, you're just doing this for your ego. No, and the thing is that If he really fucking cared about the truth, if he really cared about his listeners getting to the truth, he would reveal his sources. That way, his listeners could get to those same sources that much faster. Okay? He wants to be a gatekeeper. He wants his listeners to think that he's the one that's thinking up this stuff. Okay? That's completely the opposite of Christliness. Okay? That's very unchristlike of him. So he needs to start giving fucking credit. Hope you're listening, Hans Wormhat. I know for a fact that you are, Hans Wormhat. And if you gave a damn about your listeners, if you gave a flying fuck about your listeners getting to the truth, you would tell them exactly where you're getting your fucking ideas from. Okay? Instead of being a fucking gatekeeper, Hans Wormhat. All right? Now, he also bitches about people's videos being too entertaining, too well produced. Okay? Well, here's the thing. Our target audience, Hans, are usually fucking dumbass normies. So yeah, we need to sugarcoat some things. We need to wrap it in a nice package because our target audience is fucking dumb. Okay? Fancy production is okay. It's 100% okay. And it shows that you as a creator care enough to put effort into your video instead of just turning on your shit and going, Hans Wormhat, blah, 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 Hans Wormhat, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And having your fucking volume just stupidly low where we can't even fucking hear you. Okay? How dreadful is that? How dreadful is your fucking content sometimes, Hans? And he also wants to shame people for showing their face and saying, oh, the message is all you need. The message is all you need. Well, you know what? If your message is 100, if your content is 100, you know what I'm saying? Then there should be no problem with you showing your face. Okay? Because people relate to a face. And that's something wise that Jed Skeptic Media said on many occasions. That you got to show your face because then people will take you fucking seriously. Okay? They know you're not trying to hide something. So Hans Wormhat, you can hide away. You can rip off people's content. You can bash people for putting more effort into their fucking spreading of the truth. You can be a gatekeeper and shit. Okay? But I don't think I should take you all that seriously anymore if you're going to do all those things. And I'm just going to let everybody out here fucking know all about it, Hans Wormhat. I gave you many, many fucking chances. I even took down my video about you that had 3.2 thousand fucking views exposing your ass. I even took it down. Okay? To be more, in an attempt to be more Christ-like. And then you keep coming out, ripping off my shit and everyone else's shit. And then I call you out on it without even really calling you out all that hard. All I said was, looks like someone's been watching Validation Boy again. And you fucking freak the fuck out. You flip the fuck out like a big fucking baby. Like a big fucking deceiver. Hiding shit like a guilty man. Okay? So yeah, I'm calling you out, Hans Wormhat. Okay? Now, another thing about Hans Wormhat, about 5 days ago, he had 600 something subs. Today, he's breaching 1,000. Okay? I don't know, dude. I don't know. With your garbage content and shit, I don't know, man. Fake subs, maybe? Bought subs? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Now, I want to shout out the Think Before You Sleep channel on YouTube, okay? And he was mentioning something brilliant. I guess about a week ago, YouTube had their Creator of the Year awards, which nobody fucking watched because no one gives a shit about what YouTube puts out there, right? And I guess the fucking cunt who won the whole thing is someone named Tana Mongeau, T-A-N-A, and then the last name is M-O-N-G-E-A-U, Tana Mongeau, okay? And her shit is just straight up garbage, okay? Just straight up fucking garbage. Okay. And the bitch has fucking directly threatened people's lives. She has told people specifically by name that she wants them to commit suicide on multiple occasions by name. Okay. Her rivals and shit. Eugene 12. Good to have you. Okay. And that person who threatens violence and tells people directly with their name that they should go and kill themselves is the person who wins YouTube Content Creator of the Year. But Flat Earth, we do so much as, I mean, we even fucking breathe and we get our channels shut the fuck down. Okay, so that just shows you what's going on with Scroogle, and it shows you how Scroogle is part of the gynocracy as well, because the bitch comes out with content that ain't nothing but gynocratic fucking fucktardery. Okay, if that makes any sense to you guys. So the disgusting fucking times we live in, that some piece of shit like that is the one who gets rewarded. Okay, I'm not saying anyone in Flat Earth or anyone in the truth scene should even be considered for such titles, but we definitely shouldn't be getting shut down when that bitch is running around telling people by name that they need to commit suicide, okay? And bullying them and doxing them and shit. Fucking evil, dude. And go watch her channel. It's fucking disgusting. She's a fucking STD-riddled fucking pig. Okay, that's pure speculation, but I'm willing to bet that bitch is riddled with fucking STDs, okay? And she's a disgusting fucking demon. And she's the fucking hero of the day. And then also, okay, another channel I listen to is called CoachGregAdams. It's a fucking amazing channel, all right? And his channel is very successful, so he decided to come out with a side channel called Ask Coach Greg Adams. And it's only got a couple thousand subs, you know? And did I shout her out? Yeah, I shouted out Winston's Julia. I shouted out Faith J Goldy. I want to shout out Ask Coach Greg Adams, because what he does is he takes emailed questions and he answers them in short videos on his little side channel. And the other day I told him in a comment, excellent side channel, coach. And he's like, thanks, man. He responded to me, which I was very surprised by, because the dude on his main channel has, I don't even know, thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking subscribers. Okay. So it felt good to know that Coach Greg Adams knows that Validation Boy is out here watching him. And I'm hoping that he watches my channel. I don't know if it's some kind of weird bias that I have, but sometimes I feel like some of these people are watching me. You know, like there's this guy named Replicant Fish with a PHISH. And whenever I come out with videos, it seems like his videos kind of closely follow behind the ideas that I'm presenting. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And I comment on almost all of his videos, and he always gives me the thumbs up. He sometimes gives me the heart. So I know he's watching my channel. I wish he would comment on my videos. I wish he would watch my Star Wars video, because I know he's into sci-fi and shit. But, you know, I know Faith Goldie watches me. I know Coach Greg probably watches me. I know Replicant Fish watches me. I know Sandman probably watches me. So, you know, it's satisfying enough. You know, it's my ego and shit, you know. But the thing is, I'm out here to share the truth. And I just want people to be able to have access to the things I'm saying, because Jesus Christ blessed me with all this knowledge that I've ever presented. It's all because of Jesus Christ. I got to give God all of the glory. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's just me. I'm so fucking smart. I should be I'm in Mensa. Look how smart I am and shit. I'm not one of these fucking losers. Okay. I know that the blessings come from God. Okay. So huge shout out to Jesus Christ. Huge shout out to our Holy Father in heaven. Same guy. And thank you, God, for these blessings that you've given me. You know, thank you, God. And, I just like to know that people out there are hearing the stuff that I'm saying. Okay. It comes through me. It comes through Dan Pratt. It comes through Mindfulness. It comes through Dave Johnson. You know, it came through Aaron Dover. These are the real channels. Okay. We've gone about 43 minutes. I think I've said everything I need to say. Huge shout out to all those people. I'm so glad to have you guys in here. This is the last live stream of the decade for Validation Boy live stream, right? And I mean, it's probably going to be a long time before I do another one. I don't like to do these that often anymore. And this time that I try to do it now, it was a real son of a bitch getting started. I got really scared that I wasn't even going to be able to do a fucking live stream, because it wants you to do all this dumb shit. But either way, thank you, Danger Man 5, Cigar Face, OJ, McBaggins, Schlominger, Twitwit, Michael Jones, Eugene 12, Vic Noid 1, Schlominger. I probably already said it, but I'll say it again. Ute Hoob, you know, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I don't love doing live streams as much as I used to love doing them. Bring back the Monday night stream, says Twitwit. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like the redheaded orphan likes to try to steal that thunder, let her have it. I'm just going to do live streams at random whenever I'm motivated. I can't do it every Monday. When Mondays roll around, I feel this self-imposed pressure to do one. And then I kind of chicken out, I guess. I don't know. Or I just don't feel motivated enough. Today, I really felt like there was some shit I needed to get off my chest. And I felt like now was the time. So it's been great having you. Thanks for following me all through the 2010s, the latter half of the 2010s, and I'm not going anywhere. Much love, much respect to you guys. Give all the praise to our Holy Father in heaven. You're nothing without him. Humble yourself before our Creator. This has been Validation Boy live stream, December 26th, 2019.